him, like, it looked so easy. Was it easy? And he was like, yeah, it was pretty easy. It was just like Dragon Cup. Beating Foggy, Sonic, Rudan. He has so much practice in the Night of Mirror, of course, in Europe. And yeah, in WCA in China, he was reigning supreme in the Night of Mirror, but now ReMinD seems to have an issue with this. And yeah, he's up 1-0, and the Englishman is trailing, and you're not loading. Now you are.
Now I am. Sorry, guys. I've just finished to record the VOD, and that took some time to encode, I guess. So, it is ReMinD in the upper left in the edge of Echo Isles once again. He is, of course, from Korea, the second best Night Elf of all time. I think that's pretty safe to say, with winning WCG, BlizzCon, and all that stuff. And, of course, several WC3Ls and NGL titles as well. On the other side, we have the King of Europe, the WCA Pro Qualifier winner, and of course the best Night Elf Mirror player in the world. But that was a title that ReMinD held for years before he went to the army, and now he's back in the Rust Brain Cup to claim back that title.
Yeah, I didn't realize this before, but you're right. We have the current master of the Night of Mirror and the former master of the Night of Mirror. So this series is kind of, well, it's going to be the answer to which is better, the past or the present. And so far it looks like the past is the better side. But yeah,
it was a pretty short game. I think it was
the first one.
Yeah, I think it was a 7-minute game or something.
What?
Yeah, I just saw Warchief join that game and then leave that game like 7 minutes later.
7 minutes is like when you get your second hero.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know what happened, because obviously I was watching the Moon game, but maybe someone in chat saw that game and can tell us.
Interesting. Maybe Warchief rattled by this, but Warchief is rarely rattled, so I think he's going to be bringing his top game anyways. Yeah, this is Echo Isles. This is going to be the Merc camp for both sides. Absolutely standard. Question most likely is going to be, who is going to be getting what hero on tier 2? Is it going to be the Naga or the Keeper? Is it going to be Bears or not Bears? Of course, we would love to see no Bears. But nowadays it seems like most players by far are getting the Druids with a big claws, with a big damage, and with a very helpful reju.
That's true. That's absolutely true. But on Echo Isles there is the opportunity to go for talents. But let's see what I think we'll find here. Pendant of Energy for the Englishman, and the Korean finds the parry of the Fatality. Yeah, I think pretty decent items for both players here.
Yeah, I have the same opinion. Both items are, you know, good, but not amazing in either case.
Following it up with a little green spot. I think they will go for an expansion here. We saw Moon trying that against Shishi, and I think Warchief at WCA, but that failed heavily.
Yeah, but Moon kind of plays his own style, like Demon Hunter solo and expansion and stuff. I definitely don't see Warchief doing this. ReMinD, however, he is up 1-0. He might try to go for something cheesy. If the cheese works and he wins with it, great. And if he loses, well, whatever. I have another game after this. So maybe he's gonna go for that, but I expect a standard from both sides. We see tech for both players a little bit slower for the European player, but not by that much. The question is, when the Hunter's Hall gonna come?
Yeah, that is indeed the big question. If you're not familiar with European Warcraft, there's a plague going on that everybody is forgetting about their Hunter's Halls, which of course enables you to beat the lore.
Good to speed. It's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close. But I think ReMinD has it.
Yep,
Yes, he does.
ReMinD has it. That's true. Both players on equal experience, but here's level 2 for the mana burn of ReMinD. He's creeping a little faster, but here comes the revenge for Warchief. Lots of misses here. Mana burn exchange once again, but so far it looks like the parry of Fatality and the Ring of Protection is doing the job. But here comes healing, and here comes the Berserker.
The circle and the gloves are not bad either. But here comes... I think Warchief has to get out of this. He can't be hunted down, and there's no more mana burn on his opposing Demon Hunter to get rid of the Shadow Priest, but the right clicks might just be enough to boost of speed, man. This early pickup's so important, and the reason why... Oh, but now, hold that thought, the Demon Hunter needs to be careful. But
There's
yeah,
no
this
dust.
Shadow Priest is gonna die. Double mana burn. Well, he only has one remaining, but the right click should be enough. So I guess in the end it's an even exchange. But yeah, the Boots of Speed here almost making a huge difference early on.
Yeah, but he loses a lot of time chasing that Shadow Priest, so that's all time that he has to walk back. He's on the entire other side of the map. Maybe he can get a staff or something. He wants to harass somewhere, but ReMinD is in the middle of the map, most likely getting that Ogre Maggie. He knows exactly where his opposing hero is, and that means he can buy so much time.
Yeah, exactly. This is very good play by ReMinD. Knows he's absolutely safe here at the moment. He sold the dust, by the way, interestingly, and he's gonna sell the one of mana stealing, the mana Abziehstab as well.
As the Germans called him back in the day. So, very, very passive game, as we can see in the production tab. Both players are going for the same stuff. Keeper of the Grove as a second hero, and the Ancients of Lords are coming. So, mass bears on both sides.
Yeah, this is gonna be a longer game than the first one. A game in which Warchief usually excels. Can ReMinD, excuse me. The master, the grand master of a time that has passed since. Can he hang with him? Can he contest him? Can he show the same level of micro? In China, the most people there said that Warchief's micro is impressive, and to hear that in China is quite a compliment. But we have to remember, this is online, this is host bots, this is across continents, so ping is always an issue.
That's true. The last Rust Brain Cup final was kind of decided by lag because there was a 1 second delay for Warchief in the game against Lion in the 5th game. In the last fight, he wasn't able to move his bear, so that.
Oh, the keeper is in a lot of trouble if he gets entangled here, which he will. But I think the Demon Hunter should be coming with a staff right now. He's coming, but not with a staff. So
Warchief once again too greedy. We know that from him. He does not like to rebuy town portals. He likes to skip every item that he can. Oh, another
entangle coming. Demon Hunter in a bit of trouble. The keeper can't be mana burned. But the Boots of Speed make him so fast, and there's no boots for Warchief. So yeah, this will not be a kill, but he's taking quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, and that means, of course, buying Moon Juice. And yeah, well, there's plenty. So ReMinD doesn't have to worry about this one.
Very early upgrades for Warchief, already getting the 1-0, investing into the late game as much as possible. Also, he's not getting Boots of Speed still, so he is really just investing all that he can into the prowess of his late game army. Boots of Speed are very good in these little skirmishes, in chasing, but of course in the full out engagements of bears versus bears, it's not necessarily worth all its money.
Warchief's tech is slightly ahead, but he's a little off timing with his Adept upgrade for the bears. Now he's producing them, he has access to Rejuvenation, same goes of course for ReMinD.
Well, he steals the turtle down here, and I imagine after this he's going to be going towards his own turtle, where he's already positioned his Ancient of War. But ReMinD is coming. Level 2 for his keeper is one advantage he has at the moment, but this has been nullified just as we speak. Claws +9 for the demon, and this guy is starting to pack a serious punch.
Indeed, +11, and he will get the orb, so +16 minimum. Losing that archer is not that big of a deal. He has the town portal out there, he cannot afford to lose the demon hunter, doing that immediately, even saving the dryad most likely. No, unfortunately not. So it's 46 for ReMinD versus the 39 of Warchief. And in mirrors like that, it's always the little pickups that kind of bring you forward, and you try to snowball from it. But
I wonder what he means by this. By the way, there's no more Moon Juice for Warchief, so any engagement he takes is gonna be very much harder for him to recover from than it is for his opponent. Because ReMinD's Moon Juice, as we can see in his base, is still looking very healthy. So Warchief has to be super, super cautious about fighting. And I think he's making the right decision, not fighting, but, well, nope, he's proving me wrong. He's going south, and 2 of his units have been ensnared, unfortunately.
oh boy. This is bad for the Chief. He has Master now.
Lightning Shield? What the hell? He used Lightning Shield on the creeps.
Okay.
Interesting. He's taking quite a bit of damage from it himself.
Okay. And here comes Warchief, almost level 4, immediate town portal by ReMinD, of course. It is a situation we saw on the other side of the map. Losing that Berserker is a big deal.
Yeah, he didn't micro it at all. That was very lazy.
Warchief with the 1-1 upgrade coming.
A player's
And the Wellspring upgrade for ReMinD.
There's no upgrades so far for ReMinD, and yeah, you say it. Wellspring coming after that attack as well. But if Warchief is up by 2 upgrades when the first real fight starts, that is a big, big advantage. He's going towards the middle right now, buying a Scroll of Healing, no Invul, and also no Scroll of Protection, as he oftentimes likes to get.
Yeah, especially if you play against the Keeper of the Grove. Armor is so
The town
important.
is under siege.
Because the less damage you take, the less you throw back. No.
Exactly.
A player's forces are under
Warchief is trailing in levels slightly at the moment, but he will equalize this with just this one little camp, the Murlocs. And what does he find? Another claw would be very helpful, and we saw ReMinD in the middle. Did he buy something? Yeah, he bought the Wand of Illusion, as we know in Bear Mirror. So strong.
Yeah, one of the best items, because usually you micro the bears with a click, and if you attack an illusion you will maybe not notice it and waste a lot of damage. Here comes Warchief in, both players up at 50 food. Heal scroll only on Warchief's side.
Alright, one Moonwell has been killed. Wisps are in position to detonate, but ReMinD doesn't want to commit. He is satisfied with that one Moonwell kill. Probably wants to go above 50, then fight, knowing that Warchief cannot follow him into upkeep.
A player's
Very,
forces
very
are under
interesting. A game on a knife's edge, as mirror matches are. But yeah, Warchief, you mentioned it, can't follow him, means he is supply stuck because of that Moonwell loss. And ReMinD is doing the exact thing that you mentioned. 2 bears plus another upgrade. And that is a horrible situation for the Englishman. He's about to be thrown down to the loser's bracket. A lot of wisps coming towards his base now.
Whoa, he's really committing heavily with this.
Yeah.
I wonder why he wants to attack into his opponent's base. I mean, of course, the 2 bears that he will have will be an advantage for him. But by then he must know that the Moonwells are up. And Warchief, he has to start producing. Warchief is low on lumber. Doesn't have enough wisps mining. Now his Demon Hunter is being attacked. Taking quite a bit of unnecessary damage. Already down to half HP. This is not what he wants. Where's the reju? It's not coming. All of his bears are not in master form. What's going on? Now he finally morphs. A mass detonate coming in. There's roar for the Korean, but not for the European. And a nice lightning shield. Oh my god, look at the positioning, but it's being dispelled very, very quickly. So the lightning shield is gone. Nice micro from Warchief, saving 1 bear to the side, but this is the 2 bear advantage of ReMinD, and it's looking very good for him. But now the Keeper in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the Keeper is surrounded by the bears. Is there a staff for ReMinD? Yes, he saves them. And yeah, looking good for ReMinD. He's got that concave here to deal with the bears of Warchief, killing one after another. But Warchief is doing some nice pickups with his Demon Hunter here, but now he's typing GG. And ReMinD 2-0 against the former best Night of Mirror player in the world.
Yeah, that looked okay throughout the most part of the game, but then that one push, it was a really calculated, like almost surgical attempt from ReMinD. Kill 1 Moonwell, go into upkeep, he can't follow you, attack and win. Very straightforward, but I don't want to lessen his victory or anything, but it did look like there were some ping issues for Warchief.
Yeah, I kind of had the same feeling. Especially in the quarterfinal, he wasn't playing his best, and there were.
Do you want to get into a Moon versus?
Yes,
there you are.
Joining already.
Okay.
Yeah, he made some mistakes that he usually doesn't do. So, way to go, Warchief.